This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
But now we got football, baby, as they are reporting today. They're in pads. I have no idea what we'll see, all that stuff. But, it is what it is. I saw the press conference this morning with the coach, and nothing there on that press conference, nothing to really replay. There was really nothing to ask. But it's also a watershed moment for the sport, because now they've got to see if they can actually play this in a pandemic. And you saw over the weekend what happened with the Reds, and baseball has no contact whatsoever. And now another team and a couple of teams now had to cancel their series over the weekend. So that's a setback. I think it's almost every day they've had to cancel some kind of a game because of COVID. So it's been a tough go. It'll be interesting to see now how, and again, I'm not trying to be, the negative one and all that, and I get it. The oversensitive fan has always tried to paint me in that picture because I am brutally, honest about it. But it's going to be a challenge to see if football can I mean, look, the kids came back to school, and we got thousands of kids now under quarantine in several states because the idiots think that they can actually have school, which you can't. You can't. And I don't think you can do football without a bubble either. I really don't. And so that is the other part about all of this. Forgive me if I am not as excited as I should be about football coming back, because I'm afraid they're going to take it away from us. You know what I mean? And it's not their fault. It's called a pandemic. It's called a damn virus. And so that's where I need to see several weeks of action before I start to believe that this is not going to take, somehow or another players are going to be disciplined enough and they're going to stay away from the virus. It's been impossible in baseball. How are they going to pull it off? Hell, in basketball, you had a guy try to almost do it in a bubble, try to go to a strip club. Can you imagine with no bubble? That's going to be a hell of a challenge. So, and it's a shame because, like we've talked about before, this is one of those seasons where, unlike most, I loved last year. I was looking forward to last year. I'm looking forward to this year even more than last year because it's the next stage of development for the Miami Dolphins. And obviously we added Tua, which adds so much excitement that you need a season in order to get to Tua because you need Fitz to play some so Tua can watch how he prepares, all of those things. He needs an offensive line to develop. You know what I mean? Somebody asked Flo today on the press conference, how has the offensive line developed to this point? It's like, how can anybody develop? There's no pads, dude. It was a silly question, but it was just whatever. And that's what by holding a press conference now, when there's nothing, that's what I was telling Bill, there's nothing to ask. Unless you're working on a feature story of a player or something like that, and you need to ask a specific question about a player for the coach, and hey, what's it like being around him? Is he, that kind of guy? And the coach describes his character, whatever, and then they use that quote inside, a feature piece on a player. That's the only thing. There was really nothing to ask outside of Adrian Colbert that you're going to release him. Okay, wow. A backup guy, not that important. I get it, the connection and all that, but big picture, there isn't a lot to ask. And so when somebody asks, how's your offensive line coming along? Well, how the hell would they know? They haven't hit anybody. Virtual meetings do not decide anything whatsoever. Okay? Oh, yeah, we're going to move this guy up to the starting lineup because he's been awesome in the virtual. What's next? Video games? Oh, yeah, you're doing great on Madden. Let's make you the starting left tackle. But, Coach, I've never played football. Doesn't matter. You're kicking ass on Madden. I mean, it's ridiculous. And so, really, this is about getting to this stage, and let's see if they can actually stay healthy and stay on the field and keep this going, because now we've got 32 teams reporting. Now we're going to start to hear about the stories, unfortunately, and the COVID positives and all that. And it's going to happen. I mean, it's the inevitable. We're watching it with baseball. You know it's going to happen with football. So we'll see now. And look, the MLS has that challenge now. Saturday, we've got our first game. Sadly, you guys won't be at the stadium. But again, this will be a challenge for them, too, now to do it post-bubble to try to stay healthy. This isn't going to be an easy thing for them. So to me, I know we all want to talk about Tua, and we all want to talk about the O-line, and we want to talk about the defense, and we want to talk about New England in game one and all of that. Let's see how the NFL can survive first this month of practice before we even get to the games. Let's see what kind of setbacks we have here right now so we can, in other words, this next month will give us a feel for, can we really get excited about football? Or is the bottom going to fall out from us and we're going to, be left hanging there? You know what I'm saying? So that'll be the quest, and we'll find out what's going on in camp, and we'll keep you updated as always.